This week's multiple choice Monday is about the properties of group 7, but actually in some ways it's also about general periodic trends, because there are a lot of things that we can make predictions going down a group which are the same for absolutely every group in the periodic table. So for example, if we have a look at A and C, so we have electronegativity and first ionization energy, and we're told that they decrease down the group, which is true. So the reason that's true is because these are both a measure of the same thing. So electronegativity is about the ability to withdraw an electron, or a pair of electrons, or attract a pair of electrons from a covalent bond. So an element that is electronegative will attract electrons towards it more strongly. And the first ionization energy is about the energy required to remove 1 mole of electrons from a mole of gaseous atoms. I'm not going to continue to write the whole definition there. What you can see about this is that the more electronegative something is, the more it will attract electrons towards it. The stronger the attraction to electrons, the higher the first ionization energy, and vice versa. So an element that is not very electronegative will have a low ionization energy, because they are two ways of describing the same property of an atom, the ability to attract electrons towards it. And therefore, if we go down any group of the periodic table, these properties will both decrease, and that is because of increasing number of shells, which means increasing of the shielding of the nuclear charge, and therefore a lower attraction to electrons in the outer shell. And this is despite D, and so D is also true. Nuclear charge increases down the group because, of course, the number of protons increases as you go down the group, but because of the number of shells of electrons, that shields that increasing nuclear charge, and that has a bigger impact, and also the outer electrons are further from the nucleus. So A and C and D are all true, and they're all kind of related to atomic structure. So let's look at B and why that is false. So oxidizing ability. We need to make sure we understand the difference between being oxidized and being an oxidizing agent. So all of the halogens are oxidizing agents, and an oxidizing agent is going to remove electrons from something else, and so therefore it is going to attract electrons towards it, and it is itself going to be reduced. So for example, chlorine is a very good oxidizing agent because it has a strong attraction to electrons and is very likely to form a negative chloride ion. So what we can see is actually the electronegativity and the first ionization energy and the ability to act as an oxidizing agent are all part of the same idea of how strongly something attracts electrons. So if electronegativity is decreasing, first ionization energy is decreasing, oxidizing ability also decreases as you go down the group for group 7. It would decrease for other groups as well, but we don't tend to think of other elements like group 1 as being oxidizing agents because they don't readily form negative ions. So as you go down the group, the halogens become less likely to form negative ions, less likely to gain electrons, so they become less strong oxidizing agents. So don't forget, you can look for revision materials on my website, and while you're there you can sign up for my free chemistry revision club, which is by email. I send out loads of different revision resources every week and reminders on what you can do to get your chemistry revision on track, whether you're in year 12 or in year 13. And I've also got some special free online organic chemistry classes coming in Easter. You have to sign up for those quite quick if you want to be on the live classes, because they are about 60% full already. And of course, if you subscribe to my YouTube channel, you'll get notifications for new videos every time I put one up.